better to get after the quarterback, especially in a late game situation where Wake Forest, they're throwing the ball. You guys weren't able to stop
Understood.
them.
Yeah, execution of games, quickness to get to the edge, and getting a winning move.
What kind of challenges Joe Alt present?
They're just a tremendous team, right? Just every position group that you look at, they've got a lot of challenging schemes. They're a top team, and it's going to take everything we have, and that's where all our focus is right now.
The last time he faced Hartman was getting after him and putting some pressure on him, what led to a lot of the turnovers that he committed?
That's correct. Was there a question? I missed the question if there was one.
Will that be important again this week?
Of course, yeah. Anytime fighting for turnovers, certainly a big step in the right direction towards a victory.
Charlie, Tim was telling us that he's seeing the effort. He's seeing the guys still coming with that attitude. What are you seeing from your group and the mindset moving forward?
Yeah, it's Tuesday of Notre Dame week, and they came out and they practiced their tail off. There's no lack of want to. There's no lack of will. We just got to get a little better at all positions and force some turnovers. We saw an example of when we can force some turnovers, what that does for us, and also eliminate some penalties, right? Guys, we're not building rockets. Let's be honest, right? We're not working for NASA. You eliminate some penalties, you get some more turnovers, and we're feeling a lot better this week, and that's our goal this week. Simple.
Do you guys? Is there a person who is kind of leading that attitude of like, hey, it's Notre Dame, we like maybe giving a little bit of fire in practice right now?
Dayon has come to work. He's really grown up in front of my eyes. And my dream, my goal for him is that you guys see that from a production standpoint. But all the really good ones that I've coached, there's always a plateau in seeable production. But I am seeing a rise in execution and technique, and that will pay off in time. To his credit, he's coming to work every day.
He's not getting frustrated because he hasn't had a sack.
We're all frustrated because we didn't win last week, right? You guys are frustrated. I'm frustrated. That's life in athletics. But it's Tuesday Notre Dame week, and that's where we are. We are where our feet are. I'm talking to you, Jerry, and I'm fired up about it. We're getting ready to play Notre Dame this week, and Chris, I'm fired up about it because I just made you smile. We had a good Tuesday practice, period. We got to get more turnovers. We got to reduce the penalties. We do that, and we're going to be smiling next week.
How would you assess Sam Okunlolo's play this season?
You know what? He's an exciting prospect. Is not a great word because he's here, but man, you see flashes of some exciting potential, and I just love his everyday demeanor. That's why I read somewhere, I don't know, probably one of you guys that wrote it, that not often can a redshirt freshman punch his way into the rotation, and that's what he's done by punching the clock every day and coming to work every day. And then you add some production to that, some lack of distractions from how he approaches things on a daily, meaning I know what I'm getting when he walks in the door every day, and that's leading to an exciting future for him as we move forward.
What's the difference in the variety you get from Nate and Bam with their veteran experience that they bring?
Well, that's what they bring is experience, right? They're not going to get rattled by a new formation or a play that maybe we didn't expect. That's what they bring to the table, and Bam brings length, Nate brings experience and awareness, Sam brings twitch and a desire to get there, and we certainly see what Dayon has the potential to do.
I know he wasn't at your position, but what did you see from Jordan Bass, kind of getting an emergency start there?
Yeah, he's a young guy that went in there and tried his hardest. There were some things that he did that looked like a true freshman. There were some things that he did. There's one play in mind that, from a good standpoint, where he saw his gap, he flew through there, he had an effect on the play. There were some things there late in the game where he made some freshman mistakes, and that's part of being a true freshman on the field. He's got a great future here.
How do you balance, with young players throughout the defense, and particularly your group, how do you balance kind of what you just described with Bass of all right, there's going to be some of those mistakes, but you're also looking for those flashes. You're not going to set the bar lower for those guys that okay, I only expect you to do this because you're a freshman. You want to have high expectations, but you also have to kind of understand their situation.
You do, and you want to try and put them in the best positions. You have to factor in, maybe what types of things you're asking them to do. And like we all said, an emergency situation when DeShields went down early in the game, there's probably a call or two that we shouldn't have called. And I'm talking collective as a staff. Now, don't say I'm talking about Randy's calls. Collectively as a staff, there's probably a couple things in between series that we should have taken off of his plate in hindsight, just to reduce the thinking on his behalf.
Sure, we usually want to talk about Nakai in the spring and in the summer. You can get him closer to being productive.
Yeah, I think so. I'll tell you what, his attitude has been fantastic. It's never an easy road to get to playing time at this level. And to his credit, he continues to get better every week.
when against Louisville, there was that 4th and 1 where they were on their own 25. They tried to get it against guys, and I saw that you saw a collective push from your guys against the run. How close are you guys to making something like that more consistent, to being back to being the best run defense in the ACC?
Well, I think if you really evaluate what plays are creating challenges for us, it's actually plays on the edge, right? So, I mean, interior, we've been solid. Now, we've got to, like you said, I mean, we're, I think, 6th in the league right now, and that's not our standard. We want to get back to 1st in the league. But teams have done some things to, put some stress on us on the edges. And that's where we got to get things cleaned up right now. And like you said, that certain play was the expectation. It was up the middle of the formation. And we've been pretty solid in those moments. It's the plays out on the edge that are giving us challenges right now, that we got to be better at the DN position, right? And I'm going to always look at it through the scope of my position group that I'm in charge of. So we got to do some better things on the edge of the DN position and go from there.
Is that a communication thing or a fundamental thing, as far as like, hey, you just got to hold your edge a little bit better in that situation?
A combination of all of it, right? It's just a higher percentage of high-level precision execution.
What can a veteran coach like yourself do to keep the guys' spirits up in a situation like this?
That's a fantastic question. And for me, because I've been through seasons that are dream seasons, I've been through seasons that are nightmare seasons. And the way to flip a season from one to the other, or do something special when maybe you had a disappointing performance the previous week, it really is what I said at the start of the interview. I am here. I'm right here, right now. I'm talking to you and nothing else. And that's the advice you give to these players. Guys, it is Tuesday practice. This is inside period. This needs to be the best inside period of your career. That creates energy, because then the next thing you know, they go to whatever the next period is and make that the best period that they've ever had in their career. And it's all those things added up that give you a chance to have a great performance on a Saturday.
Anything else for Charlie?
Appreciate you guys. Thank you.